yóò ṣe olùdarí rẹ̀. Ọdún 2025 yìí náà ni yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀, a sì máa kàn sí wa nípa oṣù àti gbogbo ohun tí a bá fẹ́ mọ̀. Olùkéde Ọláyọmí Kóìkí, agbẹnusọ fún olóyè Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho.
Tẹ̀lé lórí so gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá àtọ́gbà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àti ìjòyè wọ́n láwọn ò faramọ́ kí Fúlàní máa jí wa gbé wọ́n máa jẹ oko wa kọ́ máa dà wá láàmú.
Akọni nínú èèyàn o. Ẹgbẹ́ kò Sunday mi. Akọni tó ń yọ ní léwu tó ń gbá ní sílẹ̀ lójú ogun. Òun náà pè lálágbára. Mo mẹ́wé mo mẹ́kò mo lóògùn tó ń jẹ. Níwọ̀n bá ní o ṣe níwájú ìbò. Lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ tí ó máa fẹ́. Lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ tí ó máa fẹ́. Lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ tí ó máa fẹ́. Àtìyá o.
Ẹ jẹ́ a jáde, ẹ máa bọ̀ ń ta ká ṣe kí ni o, kàtúyàyà. Let's come out and showcase ourselves.
Ọmọ ńlá mo gbé mú Sunday ìbò òòṣà owó bàbá dání. Bóyá tí mo bá ní kò òòṣà ẹ sọ fọkùnrin ogun ọmọ májàsọlá ìjàgbá yìí. Gbogbo Yorùbá pátá lé lóko náà sọ pé èdè wa jọ wá lójú lápáta ọ̀dà dúró Yorùbá nation will stand. Gbogbo Yorùbá pátá lé lóko náà sọ pé èdè wa jọ wá lójú lápáta ọ̀dà dúró Yorùbá nation will stand.
À ń fi àsìkò yìí ṣe ìkéde fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá lápapọ̀ láti gbáradì fún àwọn ìwọ́de tí ń bọ̀ lọ́nà nípa pàtàkì orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá nation àti wípé ìdí tí a fi gbọdọ̀ dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìpínlẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ìwọ́de yìí náà ni a máa ṣe káàkiri gbogbo ilẹ̀ káàárọ̀ òjìire bí tí bàbá wa onímọ̀ ẹ̀rọ Ẹ̀mẹ́sọ Adébánjí Akíntóyè yóò ṣe olùdarí rẹ̀. Ọdún 2025 yìí náà ni yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀, a sì máa kàn sí wa nípa oṣù àti gbogbo ohun tí a bá fẹ́ mọ̀. Olùkéde Ọláyọmí Kóìkí fún olóyè Sunday Adéyẹmọ Ìgbòho.
Tẹ̀lé lórí so gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá àtọ́gbà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àti ìjòyè wọ́n láwọn ò faramọ́ kí Fúlàní máa jí wa gbé wọ́n máa jẹ oko wa kọ́ máa dà wá láàmú.
Agbógun má ti di akọni nínú èèyàn o. Ẹgbẹ́ kò Sunday mi. Akọni tó ń yọ ní léwu tó ń gbá ní sílẹ̀ lójú ogun. Òun náà pè lálágbára. Mo mẹ́wé mo mẹ́kò mo lóògùn tó ń jẹ. Níwọ̀n bá ní o ṣe níwájú ìbò. Lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ tí ó máa fẹ́. Lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ tí ó máa fẹ́. Lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ tí ó máa fẹ́. Àtìyá o.
Ẹ jẹ́ a jáde, ẹ máa bọ̀ ń ta ká ṣe kí ni o, kàtúyàyà. Let's come out and showcase ourselves.
Ọmọ ńlá mo gbé mú Sunday ìbò òòṣà owó bàbá dání. Bóyá.
Because when the war overwhelms us,
tó jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá.
The Yoruba indigene.
Mo fẹ́ bá yín sọ̀rọ̀.
I want to talk to you all.
Mo lè fẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tí bá bá yín
And
sọ̀rọ̀.
I want you to listen and accept what I'm about to say.
Mo náà ti pa abúlé yín, wọ́n ti gbà á tán.
I said they are already usurping you from your villages all over Yoruba states.
Ní Ogun State,
In Ogun State,
Ọ̀ṣun State,
Osun State,
Ondo State,
Ondo State,
Anambra State,
even Anambra
gbogbo
State,
àwọn ilẹ̀ Ìgbò wọ̀nyẹn
even the Igbo lands as well.
làwọn wọ̀nyí ti wọ̀
People are already entering those
tí
places
wọ́n dẹ̀ ti gba gbogbo ẹ̀.
and they're already overtaking you people in your various states.
Èyí tá à ń sọ yìí sí
What we are saying right now,
kì í ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn o.
this is not about religion.
Christian,
Whether you're a Christian
Muslim,
or you're a Muslim,
àwọn adájọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá,
and we are Yoruba traditional worshippers,
àsìkò tá a gbọ́dọ̀ kó ẹ̀sìn wa papọ̀ nìyí
this is time we must band together
láti jà fún àwọn ilẹ̀ bàbá wa.
to fight for our father's land so that they don't overtake us in
Ẹ
it.
má jẹ́ kán fi ẹ̀sìn gba ilẹ̀ wa o.
Don't let them use religion take over our land.
Gbogbo abúlé tó ń gbà lóńdó state yẹn,
All those villages they've taken over in Ondo State,
wọ́n pa Muslim, wọ́n pa Christian.
when they wanted to kill, they killed Christian and Muslim alike.
Ilẹ̀ náà jà fún kì í ṣe ẹ̀sìn.
They are fighting for the land, they are not fighting for religion.
Ẹ̀sìn náà kàn bá wọlé o.
They are just coming through the lens of
So mo
religion.
sọ fún yẹn ọmọ Yorùbá,
But I'm telling you all Yoruba
ẹ
people,
múra o.
please be prepared.
Gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà,
Nigerians at
ẹ
large,
múra dáadáa.
please be well prepared
Wọ́n má bàa gba ilẹ̀ yìí o.
so that they don't take you away from your father's
Mo wá
land.
pé gbogbo àwọn lọ́balọ́ba,
And calling unto the royalties in Yoruba
Ọọ̀ni
land.
of Ifẹ̀,
Your new Ife, the Imperial Majesty,
kábíyèsí kádé pẹ́ lórí rẹ̀,
Kabiesi, we greet you, sir.
ẹ dá sí o.
Please talk about this.
Aláàfin tuntun tó ṣẹ̀ jẹ, ẹ dá sí
The
o.
new Alaafin, please talk
Ẹ̀yin
about
ọba
it.
Ondo, ẹ
All
dá sí o.
the kings in Ondo State,
Ẹ̀yin ọba Ọ̀ṣun Ọ̀yọ́, Lagos State, ẹ dá
the
sí o.
kings in Lagos, Oyo, Osun, please talk about this.
Tókùn yẹn bá wọlé tán,
Because when the war overwhelms us,
apá ò ní ká o.
we will not be able to do anything about it.
Èmi mo rẹ́ẹ̀dì ogun.
Personally, I'm ready for war.
Mo sọ fún ìjọ kìíní àná mo ní kẹ́ ẹ dira.
I told you the last time that you should fortify
Àwọn
yourself.
kan sọ pé báwo ni pásọ̀ máa sọ pé
Some
kẹ́ ẹ
people
dira.
will say, why will a pastor utter that kind of statement?
Ẹ lọ dira o.
Please go and fortify
Tó
yourself.
bá yá màá gbé Báìbù mi sílẹ̀.
Because when war comes, I will drop my Bible.
Màá jà fún ìlú bàbá mi.
I will go and fight for my father's
Tó
land.
ìgbà wo ni Kírísítẹ̀nì dé Nàìjíríà?
When did Christianity come into Nigeria?
1842
It came in 1842.
ló ṣẹ̀ dé Nàìjíríà.
That was when it came in.
Ẹni àkọ́kọ́ tó máa kó Báìbù jọ.
And the first person to compile the Bible,
Williams lórúkọ ẹ̀.
his name is Williams.
Wọ́n pa ní on the 6th,
They killed him on the 6th,
1536.
1536.
Wọ́n dáná sun.
They burnt him. He was
Ẹ tún gbé
lynched.
Báìbù tá à ń kà yìí.
The person that compiled the Bible for
So
us.
ẹ má jà fi ẹ̀sìn bọ inú afẹ́jà fúnlẹ̀ bàbá
So
wa.
don't let us put religion into our culture or for fight for our father's
Màá dira.
land. I will fortify
Màá
myself
síwájú ogun.
and I'll be a leader.
Wọ́n tó lè dira fún ènìyàn.
And if you can fortify people,
Máa bọ̀.
fortify
A
them.
máa dira, a máa jagun náà.
We will fight that war.
Màá gbé Báìbù sílẹ̀
I will drop my Bible
nítorí ilẹ̀ bàbá mi.
because of my father's land.
Ṣé Bíbélì sọ?
Because the Bible says it.
Hébérù 6:1.
Hebrews 6 verse
Ó ní
1.
ká fi ẹ̀kọ́ Kristi tì
Is
náà.
to set aside the teachings of
Ká ṣe
Christ
pípé.
and let us do what is
Ẹ jẹ́
complete.
àkọ́kọ́ fi ti Kristi tì náà.
We will now put it
Ká
aside.
lọ jà fúnlẹ̀ bàbá wa.
Let's fight for our father's land.
Ká máa sọ pé kí Jésù ràn wá lọ́wọ́.
And we tell Jesus to help us.
Ó ràn wá lọ́wọ́.
To help us in the war for our father's land.
Ohun tá a máa ṣe nìyẹn o.
That's what we are going to do.
Nígbà tó mú Jésù Kristi.
Happy new month and welcome back to Koiki Media Live. In the second oṣù karùn-ún ọdún 2025. We're still preparing all the platforms. We're streaming on a full broadcast. It's the first Friday of the month of May, and I welcome us once again to Koiki Media. Mo kí gbogbo wa láti kíkí dé gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àti diaspora. Please share the program and let us once again talk about reasons why Yoruba either fight now or will remain slaves forever. It's entirely up to you and me to decide what we want.
There is no land called Nigeria. There is no language called Nigeria. There are no people called Nigerians. We are only deceiving ourselves.
We are not Nigerian.
Okay, where is Nigeria? Where is the land called Nigeria? What is the Nigerian language? We are nations that had been forced together to live in one pathetic country. So anybody who goes there today to say, pray for Nigeria, that person is just deceiving himself, because the people who want to be that Nigeria had not sat down to agree if they want to be Nigeria.
Quite a lot to discuss again this afternoon. Mukiwakwe, welcome once again to Koiki Media. Otojomeji, happy new month, and I hope that this month will bring us a lot of joy, happiness, and also Mugbanwati going through one pain or the other. Allah Eledumare about pain here. Quite a lot of people are going through a lot. And Tokon Lumon will be telling you as much as what you need to know. But most importantly, it's just one media out of many media. I told you I'm the last man standing, and it still remains so without any changes. Let's go start with this, and then we come back in a minute.
Koiki Media, we're bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Koiki Media, Koiki Media, Koiki Media, we bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Koiki Media, Koiki Media, Koiki Media, we bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Àwọn tó lára àgbà yìí náà, àwọn ló bá ṣáàtì èdè. Ìgbéde lárugẹ nílẹ̀ Oòduà, àwọn gangan ni bàbá. Koiki Media, Koiki Media, Koiki Media, we bring the world closer to your doorstep. They never sabi wetin we carry for hand. But e dey move closer before dem go sabi. I said they never know wetin we carry for body. But e dey move closer before dem go sabi. Ọ̀kìn lọ lọ́jà ẹyẹ ìléwọ́n ló lájú. Ẹyẹ tó torí kodò bí àdán ọ̀pẹ̀jẹ̀ lẹ́nu. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ilẹ̀ bàbá wa. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ìlú bàbá wa. Ká jùmọ̀ sowọ́pọ̀ ká lè kó dúdú àga. Òdúdú wa kò bá lè gbé wá. Ọmọ Odùduwà ṣe kiri. Ẹ dìde fún ẹ̀tọ́ adúláwọ̀. Ká lè jọ jùmọ̀ gbé. Ilẹ̀ ilé rí. Ká wọlé bá ògo ilẹ̀ wa. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká lè jọ gbàdé. Ká lè gbàdé adé adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni ìmọ̀lẹ̀ tí yóò tàn káàkiri. Ìyàwó Odùduwà ni wá. Koiki Media, àwa là ń gbétò lárugẹ. Ẹ̀jọ̀ tó gbójú ọwọ́, ìwà máa ní. Kásá. Ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà wá kájé bùgbà yín jẹ. Ẹ̀jọ̀ tó gbójú ọwọ́, ìwà máa ní. À ń gbétò lárugẹ, à ń gbàsà lárugẹ. Ẹ̀jọ̀ tó gbójú ọwọ́, ìwà máa ní. News and sports, ẹ máa rí gbọ́. Ẹ̀jọ̀ tó gbójú ọwọ́, ìwà máa ní. Ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ ni ló ní kí n máa ké dandan. Koiki Media, ọ̀rọ̀ lágbájú mọ̀ bí. Máa bá ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ. Ọmọ Yorùbá nìyẹn, ọmọ Yorùbá àtàtà o. À ń gbádùn rẹ̀, ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ mi. Ṣé ń lọ máa fi dìbò ọ̀tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀? Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa ń dé máa dé máa dé. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa wọ̀ máa wọ̀ máa wọ̀ o. Igbó máa wọ̀ dájòjì ò gbọ́dọ̀ wọ̀. Àjòjì tó bá wọ̀ bẹ̀ á gbẹ̀dẹ̀ ní múra. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ náwó òyìnbó tó dé. Ìgbà tó yìnbó dé o. Owó náà dẹ́nu pọ̀ sí o. Koiki Media ṣàwà ní bàbá. Koiki Media, àwọn ní bàbá. Koiki Media, àwọn ní bàbá. Àdáńsọ, àtúnpèrè gidi. Koiki Media, àwọn ní bàbá. Àwa là ń gbétò lárugẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́ o. Koiki Media, àwọn ní bàbá. Àtúnjà fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa, fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Koiki Media, àwọn ní bàbá. Ọmọ Oòduà ni wá o, lọ́kọ̀ọ̀kọ̀ọ̀kan. Koiki Media, àwọn ní bàbá. Ikú tó ṣe bí lébi òsì, àdìmú bàbá yọ. Koiki Media, àwọn ní bàbá. We bringing one closer to your doorstep. Afẹ́fẹ́ tó ń fẹ́ òògùn kan ní oko lára ni. Àpèrè gèdè Olódùmarè ló fún wa. Gbogbo ayé ẹ̀gbọ́n, àwa ni bàbá o. Ẹ máa pọ̀ wá ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà ni wá o. Odùduwà la gbé dání, òtítọ́ la gbé dání. A kì í sọ̀dálẹ̀, a kì í soníkẹta. Àdógán, àtòpẹ̀rẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́. Koiki Media, we bring you one closer to your doorstep. Koiki Media is around. Is around. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody sílẹ̀, ẹgbẹ́ tí ẹ̀kọ́ ètò tó kojú. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody sílẹ̀, ẹgbẹ́ tí ẹ̀kọ́ ètò tó kojú. Koiki Media is around. Koiki Media.
Mo kí gbogbo wa pé happy new month. Mo kí mọ̀ sí mi dáadáa. It's been 5 days of the broadcast, and quite a lot is happening. Quite a lot. Money, it does not matter what you believe or what you don't believe. While of course, no media can stop Yoruba nation. Bó bá wọn media tó náà wọn support Yoruba nation, that is their own cup of tea. Bó bá wọn ọmọ Yorùbá kó náà wọn support Yoruba nation mọ́, that is your own problem. Tó bá wọn ìwọ náà tó ń gbọ́ mi ó sọ pé o ò ṣe Yoruba nation mọ́, that is your problem, not our own. Ṣé rí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ gbogbo wa, a lot of us tẹ́ ń gbọ́, they are not interested pé kí Yoruba nation kó wá sí reality, and not single of them, not a one of them or two of them can stop the movement. Controlling social media láti máa gba country. I have told you this many times. Ibi tá ti máa gba Yorùbá country wa has to be ilẹ̀ tá ń béèrè fún. So I wonder when a lot of people call me and say, àwọn gbọ́ pé àwọn media kan ní kò ń ṣe Yorùbá nation rally ló kàn nísìn. Problem tí wọ́n nìyẹn, kò ń ṣe problem tàwa. Whether they are home based, whether they are not even in Yoruba nation media, whether they are just ordinary mainstream media, it is entirely up to you and me, àwa tó kù, to stop it, to stop the existence of Nigeria. Tó bá jẹ́ pé àwa 500 ló bá kù, I believe that 500 can do a lot of miracles. Tẹ́ bá ń dúró de pé àwọn fracas media, àwọn media tó jẹ́ pé gbogbo ẹnu mo fi sọ, most of them wọ́n lè kúrò inú yàrá wọn gan tó ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ kó tẹ̀ jáde sí títì. Tẹ́ bá ń dúró de pé àwọn media tí politicians ń lò don't fight the battle to save Nigeria. It is up to us, Yoruba people, to say enough is enough, or we remain slaves forever. So the topic is moving forward. I wonder when some say, I want to control 1,000 Yoruba people nílé. Some of the medias, even àwọn tó jẹ́ gbòógì media, they cannot pull out 1,000 people. Àwọn yẹn lè fẹ́ kọ́ distracting pé Yoruba Nation rally or Yoruba Nation or whatever you want to call it. They will distract it. It is too late. Not even this platform can stop Yoruba Nation. And gbogbo ẹnu mo fi sọ, and I remain the last man standing. Gbogbo wọn pátá, we all have different dedication to this movement. Our loyalty will be tested very soon. Loyalty gbogbo àwa tí a tẹ̀lé Bàbá Akíntóyè àti ọmọ Adéyẹmọ and the YSDM. This is the time that loyalty will be tested. Mo ti ń sọ fún yín láti bí a couple of weeks pé kò ń ṣe gbogbo àwa tá à ń ṣe Yorùbá Nation la fẹ́ gba country. Mo ń bọ̀. Mo kí wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí pé ẹ káàbọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, and happy new month to each and every one of us. Kò sí nǹkan kan tí a fẹ́ sọ tó tún máa contradict ara wọn or tó máa yàtọ̀ síra wọn. Mo kí wa ní kíkí ọlá, mo dẹ̀ fi kíkí Elédùmarè mo fi kí wa. Whether you want it, whether you don't want it, it is a task that is already left the train station. Yoruba Nation campaign movement has already taken off. Difficult to stop it, but it is also easy to bring it down. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n ń jà pé kí Yorùbá kó dá dúró kò pọ̀ tó àwọn tí wọ́n wà against it. Èní ni ọjọ́ kejì nínú oṣù karùn-ún ọdún 2025, aago méjì òun ló lù láti iléeṣẹ́ wa Koiki Media. mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa ní gbogbo ibikíbi tí ohùn mi bá ń dé. Mo kí wa pé in tí a gbé dání, mo lè sọ fún gbogbo wa pé many people are ready to truncate it at this stage. But mo mọ̀ dájú pé Ọlọ́run ni fún wọn ṣe. We are battling a lot of obstacles. Many of them are confidential, that cannot be revealed. But as someone that is behind the scene, tí mo dẹ̀ rí nǹkan lójoojúmọ́, I am not baffled, and neither am I surprised. After at least 5 years tí a ti wà nínú ìrìn àjò yìí. So kò sí nǹkankan tí ó gbọ́dọ̀ come as a surprise for us anymore. Wà gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ pé the battle to save ourselves is not yet over. The battle is still ongoing. A lè gbọ́dọ̀ relent at any stage. Àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ dàrin àjò yìí rú wọ́n pọ̀ ju àwa tí a fẹ́ rìn àjò yìí kó tètè move síwájú. But like I said, we got to be very strong, extremely strong. We are dealing with many phases of the problems. Gbogbo àwa tí a daṣọ bora tẹ́ ń wò yìí kọ́ ni a fẹ́ kí Yorùbá nation kó wáyé o. There are many of them that are obstacles. But àwọn wo là ń sọ yìí? There could be people that you know or people that you don't even know. We are fighting a spiritual warfare already. But one thing tí mo kàn fẹ́ kẹ́yìn tí ẹ ti ṣọkan akin tí a ti determine is that we will forge ahead with or without them. I know I'm talking in parables, and I'll leave it like that for now. There are many obstacles that is crossing the path of the movement for the last 5 years. What I ti rí pé it is either kí Yorùbá lọ or ó máa difficult fún Nigeria láti continue láti operate. So a gbọ́dọ̀ wà very careful not to be distracted. A lot of things will continue to surface tó lè mú wa distracted away from the movement. Kódà ẹni tó wà 100% sure á tún máa doubt pé ó dà ń pé kò likely kí ìrìn àjò yìí kó bọ́ sí. Iṣẹ́ tèmi ni láti sọ fún yín pé ẹ jẹ́ ká wà very strong in mind, in spirit, physically and mentally. Ìrìn àjò tá gbé dání is a big task tó máa mú a lot of pain tí wọ́n ti fi wá ṣe for donkey's years prior before today. Ìdí tí wọ́n ṣe sọ pé it's not a play, wọ́n ṣe script. We are not producing a Yoruba nation. We are working towards to have a country. But the obstacle to have this country is vast. Obstacle yẹn pọ̀ gan. Some of you might probably around feelings yẹn, but torí pé ẹ wà determined in the last 5 years and move away from pé kẹ́ má wà lára yín. I want us to believe that you have our leaders that are determined pé kí Yoruba nation becomes a reality. We know who our leaders are. Habatimu, the elderly man that is 90 years old, far older than all the politicians that are currently running from the presidency to the governors and the deputy and the commissioners. Kò sẹ́ni kankan tó wà above the age tó lè supersede Professor Banji Akintoye. Gbogbo wọn pátá, they are far below his age today. I am not talking about àwọn tí bàbá jọ wà ní the same age bracket. But tabanika wo the whole Yoruba politicians today, gbogbo wọn pátá, none of them is the same age pẹ̀lú Baba Akintoye. And that shows that if we are to trust anyone today, we can only put our trust on Professor Adebanji Akintoye. Hardly trust Tinubu, neither can we trust any of our governors. But these are the people that we are fighting against to have a country. These are the people that have become our greatest challenge moving forward. According to the title of the broadcast, today being the 2nd of May 2025, àwọn tó jẹ́ alátakò tí wọ́n máa water down movement yìí, òun làwọn politicians. But àwọn tí politicians máa lò against us are the same people like you and me. Ẹlẹ́ran ara bí tèmi àti ẹ ló máa lò. It could even be somebody that is close to you, but you might not know. Ó lè jẹ́ ẹni tí ó súnmọ́ ẹ tí o mọ̀, but ó ní mọ̀. Mo ò ní lè sọ̀rọ̀, mo wà lórí ètò, mo wà lórí program, ìyẹn mo ṣe ń cut yín off. Mo wà lórí program, mo ń ṣe live lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Mo wà lórí program, ẹ sọ fún wa pé lẹ́yìn ètò. All right. So let us be very strong. In Tobamu, Professor Akintoye, with his age, to endure all the pain in the last 5 years, kò sóríṣiríṣi ọ̀nà tí wọ́n ti lò fún bàbá yẹn, kò síríṣiríṣi ète tí wọ́n ti gbé wá, but this man still remain firm. Wọ́n sì ṣọ̀kan akin. In tó bá ti lè mú bàbá ṣọ̀kan akin, I don't think àwa tí a wà below his age, whether you are 10 years below baba's age, 20 years, 40 years, 30 years, 50 years, ẹ jẹ́ kólúkálukú minus 90 from their age. Take away 90 from your age, and then you realize that those years tí bàbá fi ju gbogbo wa lọ, tí kò dẹ̀ give up, I don't think any one of us should be tired or give up. We are going into the very difficult stage of the movement. It's not an easy stage. It's one of the most difficult stage. And I'm sure you know that. I don't need to tell you. Everyone knows that. Wọ́n gbìyànjú gan. They're fighting all the battles with kí Yoruba nation kó crash. It is too late, I can tell you that. Kò lè crash. Not because I am saying it, it's because it is too late to crash such a magnitude movement. But what ta lè ṣe ni pé a gbọ́dọ̀ jókòó tatarata ká wá ní kò lè crash, nítorí pé the enemies are not sleeping as well. They are working day and night. Àwọn ọ̀tá ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ round the clock pé kí movement kó crash. Wọ́n ń ṣiṣẹ́ round the clock. Wọ́n lè succeed. Ìdí tí wọ́n ṣe lè succeed ni pé tó bá jẹ́ àìgbóhùn síta pé a fẹ́ country wa, it could have been easy for them. But the fact that a ti gbé ohùn síta pé a fẹ́ exit Nigeria, that echo itself has a powerful meaning. But the battle is not yet over. Battle pé kí Yorùbá kó dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí orílẹ̀-èdè, kó dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí country tiẹ̀. That battle has just started. We have a lot of obstacles of many important people. I'm going to take you there. I'm just taking it gradually so that kí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn lè yé gbogbo wa dáadáa. Torí pé ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ lómi máa ní such a thing cannot happen. But àwa tí a fẹ́ country, a gbọ́dọ̀ protect it pẹ̀lú gbogbo ta ní pátápátá. Such a thing cannot happen. A gbọ́dọ̀ defend it. A dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ dúró tì. A gbọ́dọ̀ protect it, defend it, a dẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ dúró tì. tí a bá fẹ́ jẹ́ kí country will become a reality. But tó bá yẹ pé a kàn ń ní just to wind ourselves, as many of you have seen from all different angles láti bí ọdún márùn-ún, we are up against millions of obstacles. And that danger has not left yet. We are in a very tight situation where you look at the whole movement and those that you know and those you don't know want to truncate it. Let's go straight to this to start with. Gbogbo wa la mọ̀ arákùnrin kan tó ń pè ní Dr. Akinwumi Adesina. Òun ni the president of the African Development Bank, AFDB. Arákùnrin ọmọ Yorùbá ni, but is an obstacle for the Yoruba movement, just as many. I'm sure pé nígbà tí mo bẹ̀rẹ̀ program, your mind goes to different areas. Yes, àwọn areas tí mind yín sọ yẹn náà is not omitted, but they are very minor. And I don't want to focus my energy with those minor because àwọn yẹn kéré. Most of us think that tẹ́ bá ti jókòó tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa nísìn nígbà tẹ́ pé gbogbo ayé ló ń gbọ́ wa. I can categorically tell you is a lie. Kò ń ṣe pé tẹnu. We know because technology is good now, and technology ti fún wa ní the back end to know that tá bá kó gbogbo Yorùbá nation tó ń sọ pé òun fẹ́ country in the last 5 years, tá bá kó gbogbo ẹ̀ papọ̀, àìtí tó voice tí arákùnrin tí mo dárúkọ yìí tí mo pè ní Akinwumi Adesina. Our voice has not hit enough than his own voice. Ní nǹkan tó ń gbé dání Project Nigeria àti táwa gbé dání Project Yoruba Nation. So tí mídíà kan láàrin wa tó bá wá ń sọ pé àwọn ìtí ready, kò túnú kan lára movement yìí, kò tẹ̀ ní meaning. It will be good that they understand this. Tẹ́ bá ń pọ́n gbogbo wa lé, it's just like ẹ̀kan pọ́n wa lé ni. But the reality base is that àwọn programs kankan tí gbogbo wa lọ ń wò tí a fi náà ṣe program kò tó voice arákùnrin with the statement tí mo kà láàárọ̀ ẹ̀ tí mo fi gbé ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ wá síwájú ọmọ Yorùbá. Like I said, those obstacles tí mo sọ pé ó ṣì wà níbẹ̀, mo mú wọn kúrò. We'll come back to those ones, but let's come to this man. Ta ni wọ́n ń pè ní Akinwumi Adesina? Who is he? kí la mọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ àti pé irú èèyàn wo ló jẹ́, torí pé voice ẹ̀ as long as tóun náà bá sì ń sọ̀rọ̀ lórí platform tiẹ̀ nìkan tó ń bá lọ, ó ní millions of people tó agree tó dẹ̀ believe pé in tó ń sọ yẹn òtítọ́ àti ẹ̀rí wà níbẹ̀. Now àwa wà lábẹ́ bàbá Akíntóyè, how do we make the push láti challenge Akínwùmí Adésínà tó jẹ́ president African Development Bank tá ń pè ní AFDB? Ṣé n tá ń sọ ní social media space yìí ló máa stop agenda tiẹ̀ lórí wa? Because agenda tiẹ̀ àti tiwa nísìn, èwo ló gbọ́dọ̀ supersede ara wọn, èwo ló gbọ́dọ̀ ní weight jura wọn lọ? Ṣé weight tiẹ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ ju tiwa lọ àbí tiwa gbọ́dọ̀ ju tiẹ̀ lọ? Gẹ́gẹ́ bí a ṣe gbọ́ nínú biography ẹ̀, a rí pé àgbẹ̀ ni bàbá ẹ̀, bàbá tó bí Akínwùmí Adésínà àgbẹ̀ ni. Ìlú Ìbàdàn ní Ọ̀yọ́ State, he attended Ejigbo Baptist High School. Akínwùmí Adésínà was born to a Nigerian farmer in Ibadan, Ọ̀yọ́ State. He attended Ejigbo Baptist High School. He had a bachelor degree in agricultural economics with a first-class honor. Ẹni tó mọ̀wé dáadáa ni tọ́lọ́run fún ní ẹ̀bùn. Just like gbogbo wa náà la mọ̀ pé Elédùmarè fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ní ẹ̀bùn tó pọ̀. University of Ife, àmọ́ ti di Ọbáfẹ́mi Awólọ́wọ̀ University lénìí, ní 1981. He was the first student to be awarded this distinction by the university. He went further, lọ sí America láti lọ further studies there, just like many Yoruba people that are Nigerians have done as well. Ní Purdue University ní Indiana. Ó padà sí Nigeria ní 1984. I want you to take note of that year, 1984. As at the time tó ń padà sí Nigeria in 1984, Professor Adebanji Akintoye, from what we know, Baba ti give lecture ní South Korea ní 1982 nípa pé bí Nigeria ṣe máa better off tó máa dá with human capacity, pé kódà kò ń ṣe po nìkan kọ́ ni àríláìlè. Mo fẹ́ ká dibẹ̀ yẹn mú dáadáa. Ó ṣèyàwó ní 1984. Ó gba PhD ní agricultural economics ní 1988 láti Purdue University ní Indiana nílùú America, where he won the outstanding PhD thesis for his research work. Now, ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe comparison ẹni tó ṣe agriculture, which is a good part for Yoruba land, gẹ́gẹ́ bí bóyá torí pé àgbẹ̀ ni bàbá ẹ̀ ó fall in love ló ṣe lọ fún agric. I believe so. Ká wá fi compare ẹni tó gbé history Africa dání àti Yorùbá. I hope you can see the two weight. Ìyẹn bàbá wa Professor Adébánjí Akíntóyè. A wá rí pé Professor Akíntóyè, after many years, táwọn náà ti ṣe gbogbo tó yẹ kó ṣe across the globe, just like Akínwùmí ń bá ṣe lọ nísìn, bàbá padà pé the future tó wà fún Yorùbá ò ní pé ká dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí an independent Yoruba country. But the obstacle tá a ní nísìn tí mo ní we are facing, òun ni èèyàn bíi Akínwùmí Adésínà tó ń project pé in 25 years from today, Nigeria can be accelerated back where development máa dé bá. I don't know how you want to take that information. Òun jẹ́ kó yé wa nísìn pé within 25 years, tí Nigeria bá get ara ẹ̀ together, kódà Nigeria máa dájú any other planet lénìí. This particular man, ọ̀tálẹ̀ Yorùbá lòun náà, ṣe rí pé wéètì tiẹ̀ ó ju wéètì àwọn tẹ́yìn lérò pé bóyá mo fẹ́ máa refer sí lọ, because mo mọ̀ pé nígbà tí mo bẹ̀rẹ̀, it is easy for us to attach the discussion to a particular person or particular group or particular individual. Like I said, àwọn yẹn wà níbẹ̀, they are not there, they are still there. But this particular one tí mò ń sọ ẹ̀, weight tó ní lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn is another agenda tó ń prepare sílẹ̀ after Tinubu. Ẹ gbọ́ mi dáadáa. This agenda, wọ́n máa ń nọ́ọ̀sì wọn sílẹ̀ ni, so that tó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí nọ́ọ̀sì wọn nísìn, asset kan lòun náà to the globalist and the international criminal organization. Wọ́n máa present ẹ̀ fún wa probably tabawa. I'm trying to be very cautious with the language I'm trying to use, especially ìgbà tí mo sì mi ti ní kí n fi ọ̀rọ̀ ìpè sílẹ̀ àti all that. But tabawa stupid enough tá a bá move to get our results between now and the next 2 years. Ẹ lọ máa múra sílẹ̀ fún arákùnrin after Tinubu, but kò ń ṣe immediately after Tinubu. That will be subject to a lot of negotiation till Northerners bá ṣe tán after many years. This man will be brought out again láti wá rule wa nínú Nigeria. Ẹ máa bèrè pé báwo mo ṣe work it out. I was able to work it out after I saw the article today. I read the article and I tried to find a meaning to the background of ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ. Mo ti fún yín ní background ẹ̀. Now let's talk about kí ló sọ gangan tó fi di pé à ń point finger sóhun as one of our obstacles. Bí Yorùbá bá fẹ́ dá dúró, a gbọ́dọ̀ prepare fún obstacle, another danger tó ń pè ní Akínwùmí Adésínà. I'm sure pé àwọn tó mọ̀ dáadáa láàrin wa wọ́n wà bí. I'm sure pé lára àwọn tájọ́ ń ṣe Yorùbá nation ẹ lè jẹ́ family friend àbí. So while tí àwa ń push pé ká gba Yorùbá nation ẹ̀yin tẹ́ mọ̀ either through a friend ẹ jọ lọ sí school ni ẹ ti jọ pàdé ní gathering ni but ẹ fojú sí pé obstacle kan náà lélẹ́yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká wo ohun tó sọ ká tó máa tẹ̀síwájú. Ẹ má bínú mọ̀ nílé máa dárúkọ gbogbo yín ni mo kí. According to the news tó ń jáde lénìí láàárọ̀ yìí, and like I said, wow, tẹ́mi bá ṣe program báyìí nísìn tí mo bá post nǹkan sí the same time, ìyẹn mo sọ fún yín pé ẹ̀mọ̀ kan mo sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan that these individuals, his voice is quite wider than the whole voice of gbogbo our media tá à ń ṣe Yorùbá nation. Because a Yoruba nation media bá post nǹkan kan sórí Twitter látàárọ̀ bóyá ló máa rí traction 1,000 view. I know that because I am on Twitter. Mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ àwọn tájọ́ wà lórí Twitter tájọ́ ń ṣe Yorùbá nation. And apart from pé àwọn tájọ́ ṣe Yorùbá nation, I don't think anybody has a strong followership like I do on Twitter, at least with the total number. But àwọn total number yẹn kò ń ṣe gbogbo wọn ní Yorùbá. Àwọn tó kọ̀ fall in love pẹ̀lú nǹkan tá gbé dání látara iṣẹ́ tá à ń ṣe, they are half of it. And the remaining half, àwọn tó kọ̀ ń wo kí ni a fẹ́ mú jáde pẹ̀lú orin àjò yìí. And quarter péré ló jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá nation. And that's why if a message from Akinwumi Adesina with mine goes online, there is tendency pé tí ẹ máa push ju tèmi lọ. That means pé ó gain traction to save Nigeria while we are pushing láti jẹ́ pé kárí country wa gbà tá à ń pè ní Yoruba nation. How do we defeat it? We'll come back to the solution. But as you review danger that we are facing during this very last part of the movement. Just in, this was posted by a particular page, don't pè ní Nigerian Stories, with a followership of 604,000. Àwa tá à ń ṣe Yorùbá nation, a ju nọ́mbà yẹn lọ. But we prefer gossip and drama. I prefer bí tí wọ́n ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tí kò ní any reason or impact to the movement. And àwọn tó dẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn, they are great obstacles to this movement. Àwọn tí wọ́n nífẹ̀ẹ́ movement yìí rárá. But for whatever reason, a ṣì ń believe pé tá a bá gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ wọn, a máa fún wa ní inspiration pé Yorùbá máa dá dúró. Even though àwọn ti kúrò lórí ìrìn àjò, they have become a distractors to the movement. But because nígbà tá a bá jókòó tí ọ̀dọ̀ wọn, ibi tẹ́ ẹ ká lọ tákù ká challenge ẹ̀, àwa Yorùbá nìkan la kì í challenge ẹ̀. So let's see what he has said so that ká lè ní understanding what I've been talking about in the last 1 hour. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí, and happy new month. Just in, the president of the African Development Bank, AFDB, open and close bracket, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, has warned that Nigeria is facing a deeper economic regression than many realize. Remember, I want to switch because I'm using the software for the Facebook so I can use that for the view. Mo kí ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa tẹ́ ń gbọ́ wa. The president of the African Development Bank, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, has warned that Nigeria is facing a deeper economic regression than many realize, stating that with a current GDP per capita of just 824, Nigerians, tí Yoruba jẹ́ lára wọn, are significantly worse off than they were at independence in 1960. I will explain all that to us in a minute. Now, let's go to the next paper. Báwọn ṣe gbé kalẹ̀. The next paper that talked about the same storyline is Tribune, Nigerian Tribune. AFD president advocates rapid reforms for Nigeria economy. Rapid, pé kó tètè ṣiṣẹ́ ní kíákíá so that kí economy Nigeria kó lè lílọ síwájú, kí prosperity àti ìdàgbàsókè kí gbogbo ọmọ Nigeria kó lè rí tiẹ̀ ṣe nínú Nigeria. I'm going to read that again and then we will look into this, in tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí. Màá wá lọ link ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú nǹkan tí arákùnrin kan sọ rí ní November 4. Mo ti ṣe program yẹn ní last year 2024 tó ń pè ní David Lamy, and I want you to start thinking now that okay, this is another preparation of lies being cooked. Bí àgbà tó ti rí pé ti David Lamy yẹn ọmọ Caribbean ni òun ṣọmọ Nàìjíríà, bí àtọ́ bá kúkú wá lu ọmọ Yorùbá bóyá yẹn convince many Yorubas to stop thinking that Yoruba nation ni ọ̀nà àbáyọ, pé there might still be a future in Nigeria. Akinwumi Adesina, the obstacle, as many of them. Wọ́n pọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ o, mo kàn mọ́ wọn wá lọ́sàn-án yìí ni. So let's go further. Yes, ẹ ṣé gan ni ìyá wa, wọ́n rán mi létí pé David Lamy ní in 50 years. Eléyìí tẹ̀ tí wá bá wa gé kéré, ẹgbọ́n many years tó ń sọ nísìn. Bí àgbà tí David Lamy farabalẹ̀ tó gbọ́, because you might not know or know wọ́n láwọn tí wọ́n follow gbogbo àwọn channels wa, kò sí movement kan tí ó bá dìde láyé wọ́n ní àwọn committee tó monitor ẹ̀. So ẹ má rò pé bóyá bá ṣe ń pariwo Yorùbá nation yìí kò sí àwọn committee tó monitor ẹ̀ from each countries. Wọ́n monitor ẹ̀ because of their own gain, not because of me and you. Wọ́n kàn fi mọ how serious and how determined the movement are. Tó bá dẹ̀ tí wá rí the seriousness of the movement, like I said at the beginning, they need to start working to destabilize it, to make sure that they crumble it from top to bottom. Débi pé kódà ẹlòmíà fẹ́ sọ pé tó bá yá yín, you understand what I mean? And this has always been so. Àti rí ẹ̀rírí where CIA has killed many innocent people. They have destabilized countries around the world. Do not think that US, Britain, France, Germany, Italy, and many of those countries will not derail this movement. Kódà ó pé wọn kọ́ tètè derail ẹ̀ kẹ́ tó jáde fún rally. And they will use people like me and you, like I said. Kódà àwọn tí ẹ tẹ́ fọkàn sí àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́mọ àlò. So the battle pé ká fi gba country a ṣe wọ ṣòkòtò yẹn ni o. And this is where we know who is in and who is out. Ẹni tó bá náà out adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ fún ìtò ti ṣe tẹ́lẹ̀, kó ṣàjókòó sókè rẹ̀ àbí kó jókòó sísàlẹ̀ kó máa wà wá tó kù bóyá a máa lè parí iṣẹ́ yẹn or not. If it is only 500 of us that is ready to complete this task, it is a mandate that we need to complete it, nítorí pé many of us and those that are against it will still have a better future. Let's go further. The president of the African Development Bank, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, has urged Nigeria to accelerate its economic transformation to become a developed country by 2050. Ibi tí mo kàn fi kà fún yín nìyẹn. Ṣé rí gbogbo ibi tó kù tí bá ní kí n máa kà is a waste of time. Kò ní meaning. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wo 2050 from today. How many years is that? Tá bá yọ 2050 ká minus ẹ̀ from 2025 ọdún mélòó nìyẹn? Ẹ rí pé tá bá yọ 2050 tá yọ kúrò nínú 2025, that's 25 years. Akinwumi Adesina sọ fún wa nísìn pé in 25 years from today, Nigeria economy will transform and it will become a developed country. No more developing, because ìyàtọ̀ wà láàrin developed and developing. It is not for me to tell him or advise him. Ẹni tó mọ̀wé dáadáa ni, at least àti ka background ẹ̀ àti rí pé ó gba PhD, ó mọ̀wé dáadáa. But ẹ jẹ́ ká wá lo brain power Baba Akintoye. Ẹ mọ̀ pé nísìn mo sọ pé Adesina náà tá bá yọ age ẹ̀ kúrò, whatever his age is, age ẹ̀ ò tí lè tó Baba Akintoye. Ká wá lo brain Baba Akintoye ká fi down sí tó ń sọ yìí pé ṣé ó possible pé Baba Akintoye ń parọ́ fún wa ni pé Nàìjíríà ò ní wà developed in 25 years ló ṣe ní pé kí a lọ rọ́lu ikú tá bá jáde fún rally. Ṣé rí ibi tí mo fẹ́ gbọ́rọ̀ yẹn gbà nísìn? Ṣé ó possible pé Ìgbòho ń parọ́ fún wa pé tí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá bá dìde Nàìjíríà dẹ̀ ṣì máa dá, whereas Ìgbòho mọ̀ pé Nàìjíríà máa dá, ó dẹ̀ ń pùṣì pé ká lọ gba Yorùbá nation, ká force ara wa gbà, torí a fi force ara wa gbà ni o. Kò ń ṣe tán máa ń fúnyàn lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ pé a fẹ́ gba Yorùbá country, a fẹ́ force ara wa gbà kúrò lọ́wọ́ àwọn tí wọ́n mú Nàìjíríà dúró bíi Akinwumi Adesina, the president of the African Development Bank. Now, mo nígbà tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ 25 years, màá rán yín létí padà in tí David Lammy sọ nígbà tá a ṣe program ti David Lammy ní last year November, nígbà tí David Lammy ti Britain, ìyẹn King Charles, because gbogbo iṣẹ́ tí David Lammy ṣe on behalf of the monarchy system ló ń ṣe, but in reverse gbogbo iṣẹ́ tí Tinubu ń ṣe lénìí kò ṣe on behalf of any of our kings, torí pé àwọn ọba have been relegated. Their position is as useless as anything you can think of. You might agree with me or you might disagree, but tó bá agree pẹ̀lú mi ní kí ọba kan pàṣẹ ní palace kí gọ́vnà bá nà lẹ́gba. Tẹ́ bá rántí, èyí tẹ́ bá ń tẹ̀lé mi dáadáa, mo ní bíbá ẹni international platform yìí. I am a journalist. because kò ń ṣe pé kíkàn jáde nísìnyí kí n máa pariwo rally ń bọ̀ rally ń bọ̀ ẹ tó bá náà ò gbọ́ pé rally ń bọ̀ is their own cup of tea, it's not my problem tẹ́ni ẹni yẹn, but the obstacle tó lè derail movement òun lèmi ń sọ̀rọ̀ lé nísìn. Ó wá kù sí mi, ó kù sí wọ, whether o fẹ́ protect interest Adésínà àbò fẹ́ protect interest Bàbá Akíntóyè, àwa ló kù sí lọ́wọ́. A ti mọ bí tí interest Bàbá Akíntóyè tó lie, interest ọmọ Yorùbá ni, interest Adésínà, interest Nàìjíríà ni. Ó dẹ̀ wà, ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ fáwọn kan náà ni, just like bí Bàbá Akíntóyè ṣe ń ṣiṣẹ́ fáwa náà. Àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá la máa wá fi ọmọ kọ́ wọn gbogbo wọn, àtọbìnrin wa, àtọmọdé o, àtẹni tó ní physical challenge, àtẹni tó wà òkè, àtẹni tó wà òkè. Torí gbogbo àwọn tá à ń ṣe Yorùbá nation kọ́ ni àwọ̀ òkè. But majority àwọn tó ń bẹ nílé lénìí tá à ń pè ní ọmọ Yorùbá, there are 60 million of them tí wọ́n need ìrànlọ́wọ́. Lóòótọ́ àwọn ìrànlọ́wọ́ tó ń dìde à ń rí wọn lórí social media. Mo wò kan láàárọ̀ yìí bọ́ mo ní dárúkọ platform yẹn because I'm not here to criticize any platform. Wọ́n ní ká wá fún yín lówó ni láti ìlú òyìnbó, ẹ bá wa ṣàdúrà fún wọn. It's good. Ẹ̀ ń fáwa náà lówó. Ojoojúmọ́ ti bá jí £20, £50, 100,000, 20,000, kódà àwọn ẹni fún wa ní 2,000. I am very grateful. Látara pé à ń ṣiṣẹ́ ẹ̀ ń rí. But àwọn tá à ń fún lówó ní the other side, àwọn ń ṣiṣẹ́ gbowó rẹ ni fún wọn ní support. Ìyẹn ni diaspora ṣe ń kick in. Làwọn owó tẹ máa ń fún àwọn èèyàn pé báwa lọ fún àwọn ẹni báyìí látara pé wọ́n ń gbé fídíò wọn wá bá yín. How long we can do that, I don't know. Tèmi bá sọ nísìn pé kẹ má fún mi lówó mọ́ rárá, á jẹ́ pé mo ti determine pé mo máa padà sí London. Màá dẹ̀ lọ wáṣẹ́. Mo máa jókòó sínú Africa, màá máa wá nǹkan tí màá máa fi pọwọ́dà. Ìkànnì méjèèjì ni. I can say it pé ẹ ní láti fún mi lówó mọ́. But because in tí David Lammy sọ ní November last year, mo wá ń try láti wò ó pé ṣé wọ́n tún gé ọdún yẹn kúrú ni, nítorí pé in tí David Lammy sọ fún wa was 50 years ló máa take Nàìjíríà láti wà developed, láti jẹ́ kó ní progression, kódà kí ayé gbogbo wa kó lè ní ìlọsíwájú. David Lammy sọ yẹn fún wa ní last year. I'm going to tell you and remind you as how the statement ìlú òyìnbó wọ́n fi statement síta kó tó wá ní àwọn ò fi síta mọ́, àwọn ń ṣe yẹn. Ọ̀rọ̀ tó bá sọ wọ́n kún sọ pé àwọn ò sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́. And that is why I am asking all the believers of this movement, kí ni nǹkan tá a fẹ́ àti pé ọ̀nà wo ló kù tá a fẹ́ fi gbà. Òun ni analysis tá à ń bá lọ yìí. Kò dìgbà tí bá jáde tí mò ń jágbe tí mò ń pariwo bó gbàs, a kàn fi encourage ara wa ni. But determination pa fẹ́ gba country, inú ẹ̀mí olúkálukú ló máa wà. Ó wà nínú ẹ̀mí tèmi, ṣó wà nínú ẹ̀mí tiẹ̀. It is entirely up to you to decide that. I cannot help you on that decision. But in tí mo mọ̀ ni pé no matter who you are, níbikíbi tó bá wà lágbàáyé, o lè dárin àjò yìí dúró mọ́. Kódà kò ní gbẹtugbẹtu, kódà kò ní àfọ̀ṣẹ, kódà kó máa fi Jésù síwájú àbí kó lo ànábì, o lè stop ẹ̀. Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí pé káàbọ̀ sórí ìkànnì wa. It is exactly 5 days after my broadcast on Sunday. I've been releasing audios and many of you have come across it one way or the other. But pé a máa jáde ó dijọ́ karùn-ún lénìí. Kò sí nǹkan tó ṣe mí o. I've just decided to do other things while I am back again with the broadcast. mo kí Professor Adébánjí Akíntóyè, mo kí Káyọ̀dé Ẹmọ̀lá, mo kí olóyè Ìgbòho ọmọ Adéyẹmọ. Mo mọ̀ pé bàbá wà lórí ètò because I've shared the link with him. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn YSDA, mo dẹ̀ kí gbogbo groups gbàkúṣẹ́ takuntakun. Ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sọ́dọ̀ kí ni David Lammy sọ during his visit to Nigeria ní November 3rd as published and press release under the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, another very powerful position controlled by Britain. Growth, tó bá sọ pé growth, in tó ń wù, in tó fẹ́ dàgbà, at the act of foreign secretary visit, ìlú méjì ló lọ, a sọ̀rọ̀ nípa tiwa, ìlú kejì South Africa ni. Ó sọ̀rọ̀ nípa a visit to Nigeria. Lákọ̀ọ́kọ́, ǹjọ́ possible pé growth máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Nigeria between now and 100 years? Kàmáì tí wàá sọ 50 years tóun sọ, kàmáì tẹ̀ tí wàá sọ 25 years tí Akínwùmí Adésínà náà sọ. Ṣé rí gbogbo tó ń ṣe yìí? Wọ́n projected, wọ́n prepare ẹmọ̀dí nítorí pé lẹ́tà tí bàbá Akíntóyè gbé fún Britain, ọba Britain ló ní kó gbé fún, kò ń ṣe prime minister, because prime minister tó ta lọ deliver fún, mo ní lẹ́tà yẹn ó wà lọ́wọ́ King Charles. King Charles dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé báwo la ṣe fẹ́ challenge authority àwọn. It's like pé a fẹ́ challenge authority Britain, òun nìkan tá à ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí. Authority wo ni? Authority pé Britain ni ó ṣe ń pàṣẹ nínú Nàìjíríà. Forget about independent, ní independent kankan. Anybody tó bá sọ fún yín pé ẹ ti gba independent, ní ẹni independent, àṣẹ ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà tilẹ̀ Yorùbá wà nínú ẹ̀, including gbogbo tó ń bẹ lórí ẹ̀, including me and you, Britain ló ní lọ́wọ́. And Britain is a very cunning country, just like America, just like Europe, just like Asia. Interest tiwọn ó gbọ́dọ̀ come first before your own interest. Kí n tó ka ntí David Lammy sọ, there was a report coming out this morning nípa America. Ǹjẹ́ tó bá sọ fún yín pé ní America bó ṣe dá tó yẹn, tó ṣe dùn tó, ta máa ń rí glamour táwọn yẹn máa ń sẹ́ndì dọ́là sí wa, tó ń sẹ́ndì sí mi náà. Tó bá sọ fún yín pé ọmọ tó tó 350,000 was missing during that criminal government tó ń pè ní Joe Biden, will you believe it? Tó bá sọ fún ẹ̀yin àtèmi pé nígbà kan nílẹ̀ ayé tá a wà yìí ní Amẹ́ríkà bó ṣe dà tó, tí a máa ń gbọ́ gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ níbẹ̀, táwọn èèyàn ṣoríire níbẹ̀, tó ń kọ́lé, tó ń ra mọ́tò, tó ń sanwó sílé, pé 350,000 children could be missing. Wà nílò ni mo ń pàbí. Let me quickly give you that before we go back to Britain. Mo kàn fẹ́ jẹ́ kẹ́ mọ̀ dájú pé kò sẹ́nì kankan tó máa wá bá yín ṣe ta fẹ́ ṣe nígbà tó bá ti ní ká jáde fún rally. Tó bá ń dúró de interest America pé ó máa wá ràn yín lọ́wọ́, a máa jókòó, and this dialogue will never even be fruitful, because oríṣiríṣi power ni gbogbo wọn jọ ń lò. Wọ́n máa lò nígbà tó bá favour wọn at every country around the world. And right now, America already this movement that is going to favour them. Presently, right now. Wọ́n rí pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá máa favour wọn. Wọ́n sì prefer pé kí Nàìjíríà exist. But àwa la máa kọ̀. Tá a bá dẹ̀ ti kọ̀, we are going to be slaves forever, like the headline of the topic says in this broadcast, moving forward, we determine to remain in Nigeria. Ṣé ráwọn olóṣèlú Tinubu látòkè délẹ̀ tó bá àwọn Tinubu kó pa gbogbo wa, Nigeria will still not exist, and Tinubu náà fẹ́rẹ̀ náà máa padà kú náà ni ọ̀nà méjì ni. But ǹjẹ́ àwa determine pé a ready with our lives to go forward and get this freedom? That is where the bottom line is. Tẹ́ bá dúró pé mídíà kan wá ń sọ pé òun ti ready, àwọn àtàwọn àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ wọ́n wà irrelevant in the movement anyway tẹ́lẹ̀. Like I said, mo kó gbogbo wa including me, ọ̀rọ̀ tí Akínwùmí Adésínà sọ láàárọ̀ ẹ̀ ó ti go faster than any YouTube video tẹ́ wò in the last 72 hours. It doesn't matter whatever the video, including tèmi tí ẹ wò tẹ́lẹ̀ torí mi ò ṣe live, but at least tí mo kàn ṣe program tí mo dẹ̀ ti upload ẹ̀. Tẹ́ bá calculate gbogbo fídíò tẹ́ lọ wò lórí pé à ń ṣe Yorùbá nation, kò tí ì tó ọ̀rọ̀ tí Akínwùmí Adésínà sọ. But tí a bá gbé ọ̀rọ̀ àtẹ̀jáde tán tí kò dẹ̀ ṣe pé a fi ń ṣẹlẹ́yàmẹ̀yà, tí olóyè bá dúró pẹ̀lú wa, tí ó dẹ̀ wà lẹ́yìn wa, tí bàbá Akíntóyè wà lẹ́yìn wa tó dúró pẹ̀lú wa, tí àwa náà wá dúró tì wọ́n, torí pé mo lè sọ fún yín categorically today, kò ń ṣe gbogbo èèyàn ló fẹ́ dúró tí olóyè Ìgbòho àti bàbá Akíntóyè. I will leave that for now. Kò ń ṣe gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá ló fẹ́ dúró. I am talking about àwọn tá a jọ ń ṣe movement yìí ni mo ń sọ nísìn. There are many obstacles, like I said at the beginning, confronting this movement so that they can derail it. Kí ni gain wọn? It's just the same thing. Kò ṣe pọ́n ní any gain. It is the agenda that tí Yorùbá bá ti lọ, ó máa favour ọmọ Yorùbá kó tó favour ẹ̀yà míì ká má tí wàá sọ òyìnbó. So àwọn tó máa lò náà tó máa wà against it, these are the same set of people that we know prior before the movement. Now let's move swiftly because of the time. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has reiterated his claim linking the U.S. government to child sex trafficking, referencing an allegation originally promoted by Donald Trump that over 300,000 migrant children went missing during President Joe Biden administration. Do you know what that means? Pé ní ìgbà tí Joe Biden wà lórí oyè as the president, the same Joe Biden tó wà in coerce with the Nigerian government, tí wọ́n mọ̀ títọ́, tí wọ́n dákẹ́, tí wọ́n sọ. If tabadro pé we are waiting for any of these foreign countries to come and liberate us, we might as well forget about the movement and say we close it and everybody goes home. But taba ti gbà pé ní dúró de any country, since tó jẹ́ pé ibi tá à ń béèrè country wa fún kò yàtọ̀ sí ibi tá a mọ̀ tí wọ́n pè ní ilẹ̀ wa, then we need to defend it with everything that we have. Gbogbo ń ta bá ní pátáláyé àtọ̀run, gbogbo ọgbọ́n, gbogbo strategy tí Nàìjíríà máa fi derail ní 2025, tí ọ̀rọ̀ 2027 ò tí ní máa wá sí ìmúṣẹ, it starts with you and me. Eléyìí ò ń sọ̀rọ̀ Ìgbòho nìkan, kò ń sọ̀rọ̀ Bàbá Akíntóyè. You play your role, I will play mine. Role kan lèmi play, ìwọ náà lọ play role tiẹ̀. But tá bá ń dúró pé ìlú tí kò lè protect 300,000 children tó fi di pé wọ́n traffic wọn fún sex ní Amẹ́ríkà, ìlú yẹn la wá ń gbọ́kànlé pé wọ́n ń bọ̀ wá ràn wá lọ́wọ́. This movement is not going anywhere. So whether you come out at any point tó bá ti ní kájọ jáde, or you don't come out, is as simple as becoming slaves forever. Let's go back to David Lammy at his visit to Nigeria in November last year. And this was the press release tí wọ́n sọ fún wa pé in táwọn gbé síwájú Nàìjíríà lélẹ́yìí o, kí gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà kó embrace ẹ̀ àtọmọ Yorùbá tó ń bẹ nínú ẹ̀. The same thing náà ni tabaníkà lọ wò ó, èní ni 2nd of May, tó bá dọ̀la ni 3rd of May. That is the day that my dad died in 1982. Tó bá máa fi dọ̀la, kọ́lọ̀ kó bá mi kẹ́ wọn, kó tẹ́ wọn sáfẹ́fẹ́ rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú gbogbo àwọn òkú wa. Before I started the program, you can see that I was a little bit emotional and all that. It's not because of the movement alone. I was receiving another sad news. Ìkan náà àwọn ìyá wa tí a jọ ń ṣe movement. Kódà, she was the first woman that arrived at the BBC Center ní October last year. The daughter ọmọ 34 years old, ó jáde láyé ní Nigeria. Yeah. Ọmọ 34 years old, ó jáde láyé ní Nigeria. I will not go into all the details of what led to her death. Don't take this movement for a joke. I beg you. This movement means a lot to many people. Ìyá wa tí mò ń sọ yìí, she was the first woman. Rally tá a ṣe ní London, àwọn lọ́kọ́kọ́ dé rally yẹn ní BBC. She just told me that the daughter died. I was aware of the daughter had some, but I'll leave that. But I got the news this afternoon that the daughter died about 3 days ago. Let's move forward. Press release. Growth at the heart of Foreign Secretary's visit to Nigeria and South Africa. Foreign Secretary David Lammy, ọmọ Caribbean, visit Nigeria, and this is what we were told about that visit. Nígbà tí David Lammy wá. Economic growth to underpin work in both Nigeria and South Africa. Economic growth to underpin work. What is the meaning of underpin? Tó bá sọ pé underpin, UNDERPIN, Uniform November Delta Echo Romeo Papa India November. The word support, building or other structure from below by laying a solid foundation. Ṣé mọ̀ pé nígbà tí mo ṣe program yìí, bí yàn bá ṣe ń ṣe program tó bá repeat it, ìmọ̀ oríṣiríṣi á tún máa jáde. I never use this phrase, mo really pin it down. But while I was talking about it now, mo kàn rí kí ni meaning underpin. Àṣà mọ̀ pé nǹkan under in tó wà lábẹ́ pin. Okay, ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ wo dictionary meaning ẹ̀. Britain sọ fún wa nísìn pé foundation táwọn lè tẹ́lẹ̀ tán mọ̀ pé ó wà faulty, tán mọ̀ pé irọ́ ló pa fún gbogbo wa láti 1914, tán mọ̀ pé ó wà disastrous, kò lè ní any progression fún ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. The same Britain wá rán èèyàn wá ní 2025 láti wá sọ fún wa pé àwọn fẹ́ build the structure around Nigeria. Àwọn fẹ́ build a solid foundation. So Britain admit nísìn pé foundation tó fún wa tẹ́lẹ̀ was a very faulty foundation. Torí kò tẹ̀ jẹ́ kí nǹkan tó ń pè Nàìjíríà wáyé rárá. Ṣé wọ́n fẹ́ dissolve ẹ̀ ni àbí wọ́n tún fẹ́ máa tàn wá? Tàbí gbọ́ mínì ni support. Kódà wọ́n náà wọ́n fẹ́ justify it this time around or form the basis. So Britain wants to give support to Nigeria to strengthen and put a solid foundation so that Nigeria can work by 2075. I'm trying to keep my emotion down so that I can deliver this message. But sometimes it is very difficult. It's either we destroy this foundation now of a building, or we remain slaves forever. I will leave it like that, as simple. Or better, can destroy the new underpin foundation to Britain to fẹ́ mú wáyé. If we allow the foundation to be rebuilt again, and you know how they're going to rebuild it after Tinubu bá ti lọ, they would have solid ground. Not that pé Tinubu tó wà níbẹ̀ ó ń fún wọn ní tough time, but Tinubu is playing their mind. Ó ń lo France, ó dẹ̀ ń lo Britain, but wọ́n mọ̀ dájú pé ọwọ́ àwọn northerners tó ń pè ní Fúlàní làwọn ti lè gba power padà again in control. Right now, not that they've lost the control permanently, because Sultan of Sokoto still governs the country. But Tinubu being there, whether we like it or not, is a fact. Ó ṣì ń dá àwọn lágbòrò díẹ̀díẹ̀, but it is not as solid to prove that Tinubu can give us a Yoruba country within the next 2 years. So ó bẹ́tà káwa dàgbò Tinubu gan nù. Bí Tinubu bá fẹ́ gbé gbogbo sójà jáde fún rally tá a fẹ́ ṣe tó ń bọ̀ tí wọ́n máa announce ìjọ láìpẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ kó release gbogbo àwọn ẹrùkú ẹ̀. Káwa náà dẹ̀ determine pé this underpin of this structure must be destroyed. Nigeria ò ní agbára yẹn, and a dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ this time around ó máa difficult for Britain to pin us as say àwọn terrorists làwọn eléyìí, because iṣẹ́ tí Britain ń ṣe at America at àwọn Western countries, we have now seen that from what happened when campaign around the world, ṣé mo pàwọn èèyàn tẹ̀ sọ pé military ni Traoré mọ́ nísìn, even though it was a coup ló fi gbàjọba, àwọn èèyàn tẹ̀ ronú pé ọ̀rọ̀ coup mọ́ nísìn nítorí pé kí ni, because wọ́n ti rí pé ó dúró fún something that is unique and different. So it is important that we destroy whatever agenda that can lead us to 2027 and Tatife Dibo. If not, the whole movement has crashed. Taba failed to disturb and disrupt and take everything out. Ní ọdún yìí, you might as well forget about Yoruba nation. Kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ Yoruba nation. After this year, tá a bá ti disrupt gbogbo I don't want to use Tinubu 2027, but I am using the underpin èdè tí Britain ń lò lèmi ń lò, because tí bá ní kò ní sí election in 2027 is more or less like we are wasting our time. We do not want a structure from Britain anymore, and we got to destroy it, because àwọn ló gbé structure yìí wá, and we can only do it if we go out in unity and in force, and we are determined. There will be cracks, and we have already known those cracks. Akinwumi Adesina, some of our Yoruba world media, some of our Yoruba media rather, some of our medias in Nigeria that are against the Yoruba to rise as people, even though some of them are Yoruba, while some of them are Igbos, while some of them are not Yorubas, but they will do everything to project the outing of the Yoruba rally as people that wants to destroy Tinubu's government. Tinubu doesn't have a government anyway, because the government is controlled from Britain. Tinubu doesn't have a government because the government is controlled from outside the world. Tinubu is just a puppet, just like the previous president, just like all the military that have run Nigeria, because they were under the instruction of the monarchy system from Britain. This fight is either we fight it to the end, or we might as well just close the case and say we lost. I don't want to stand in that situation that we lost. I want to be in the situation where we are ready to determine and stop the underpin, the support. Gbogbo support tí Britain bá fẹ́ fún Nigeria, nígbà tá a bá fẹ́ jáde fún rally, we must destroy it. Gbogbo structure tí Britain bá fẹ́ fún Nigeria, they were able to do it successfully because some of us are still playing to the gallery of these countries. A gbọ́dọ̀ wà determined. It's either we move out of Nigeria today or Nigeria will come and fight every one of us wherever